In the not-too-distant future, when space travel is as common as a trip to the store, Ken Venner will know he helped transform commerce, tourism, and the course of human development. That makes him deserving of the Distinguished Alumni Award for Engineering. Ken is the Chief Information Officer of SpaceX, the world's premier private space tech company. Ken works with SpaceX founder Elon Musk and 5,000 colleagues to reach an ultimate goal of letting people live on other planets. You may have seen that amazing footage a couple of months ago when SpaceX launched a Tesla towards Mars. But as a SpaceX CIO, Ken manages the design, development, and implementation of the company's computing and information infrastructure, involving him in every project from construction to launches. He doesn't even have a background in aerospace. SpaceX recruited him because they wanted leaders who could think creatively to solve problems. Turns out they wanted someone who could deploy some classic Stevens thinking. Ken's work at SpaceX means a human imperative to push past boundaries, to seek and cross the next frontier. Since the beginning, human beings have gazed at the sky with wonder, and because of Ken, people from all walks will soon fly high and far beyond. For that stellar impact, let us honor Ken Venner, Stevens Class of 1984, with the Distinguished Alumni Award for Engineering.
I'm both honored and humbled to be recognized today for this particular award, and I want to thank the selection committee for picking me. There's a few people and establishments that I'd like to recognize that enabled me to become the person that I've become. I'd like to start by thanking my dad, Ed Venner, sitting back there, class of '56. As far as I can remember, Ed exemplified the attributes of a great engineer. He's a man who designed things from scratch. He built things with his own hands. He fixed things all over the place, and he tinkered with everything and just made it better. While doing this, he allowed me to tag along with him as a wee young lad. And while doing this, he allowed me to ask lots of questions about why he was doing what he was doing and how he was making it happen. And he'd actually stop and answer those questions to the right degree that I could understand what was going on and how he was doing it. It was clear as I was growing up, I wanted to be an engineer. Based on all the experience and interactions I had with my dad, the next thing I would like to acknowledge is Stevens Institute. The stellar education that they gave me here for the 4 years that I spent with them. As it came time to get my degree, I hunted around for an engineering school that would teach me the foundations of engineering and problem decomposition, and it was clear that Stevens would be that kind of education for me. Because of the experiences with my dad, I chose Stevens as my college of choice, and I haven't regretted that decision yet. The curriculum focused on fundamentals of engineering and created the foundation for everything that came into my future. I'd like to thank all the people at Stevens that thought about a curriculum that was focused on teaching fundamentals and not discrete pieces of knowledge. They focused around problem solving and tools that enabled engineers to decompose problems, and when trying to make the impossible possible, that's the only way you will make it happen. These lessons and skills are the ones that I teach everyone in my own organization how to go do and how to make happen. Of the stellar set of professors I had the chance to work with at Stevens, I'd especially like to recognize Dr. Richard McGee, class of '63, '64, and '68, who's in the building right now. Dr. McGee took a personal interest in me while I was here at Stevens and even motivated me to continue my engineering degree on to Carnegie Mellon University, where I learned robotics and automated manufacturing and got a taste of what it would be to take hardware, software, and integrate them together before most of the engineering community had thought about that, and that is the foundation of how I got on from mechanical engineering onto the IT side of the organization. In business, I'd like to recognize two of the most influential business people I ever was blessed to work with or for. The first, Dr. Henry Nicholas at Broadcom, who thought that we could connect everyone in the world through the internet before the internet even existed, and thought he could end war by creating transparent access to information. The second person I'd like to thank is Elon Musk. This person has been the most challenging person I have ever had to work for in my life. He is the smartest person I've ever had the opportunity to work with, and he is a information-driven, first principles, bottom-up guy who I believe will make man a multiplanetary species. The mission they both possess and the drive that they both have create environments for engineers such as ourselves that flourish. That concept of the thought and the process to getting to the solution is the most important thing, where level and title is not important. Meritocracies driven by engineers through data and challenging each other flourishes an environment that I personally have enjoyed in both of those opportunities to work at both of those companies. Finally, I would like to recognize the most important person in my life, the person that has supported me along all these things that were happening, the person that coached me, cheered me on, consoled me, motivated me, inspired me, made me better every day, and that would be my wife, Debbie Venner. She is definitely my better half, and not only does she support me, she improves me. She rounded out my sharp analytical engineering skills with softer social skills, which might be something we need to think about teaching at Stevens, the softer side of life. She taught me the importance and ways of interacting with people and helping people to go on the journey you're trying to go on in a way that they also enjoy. She's a people person of the team that we have, and she does what she does so infectiously that it rubbed off on me. I believe great engineering capabilities and great people skills are the foundation of what makes great engineers, and that's why I think I'm being honored today. I'd like to thank the Stevens Institute and the Alumni Association who selected me for creating the engineering foundation and the things that influenced my life today. Thank you.